Hi. Um, Hello. This is a weird angle. Hold on, let me close my door. This light is gonna give me a headache. I think that's okay. Hi. This is really random, and I'm doing this on a whim because, well, okay. I'll start with what I'm here to talk about. This is not going to have any editing, by the way. I'm making this and I'm just gonna put it into the ether. I don't know how this will land, if it lands at all. I'm not even completely sure what prompted me to open my laptop camera and just like start recording, but I'm here. I've done something similar before, like on TikTok, because like I have like I had four, but like I have three different TikTok accounts currently. If you see me keep looking up, it's because both the ring light and my big mirror is behind you, so or is behind the camera. So that's why I keep looking back. And also, if you're wondering why my camera's quality isn't isn't quite the best, I have an HP laptop, which I actually love this laptop. Plus, I got it for Christmas this year, so like that's a plus too. Well, last year is currently, what's the date today? January 6th, 2025. Yeah. So, hi. I forgot what I was even talking about before, but like I guess I'll kind of just start with an introduction as for like who I am. Hi, my name is Patricia Rouser. I also go by PJ. If somebody I know is watching this, I've gone by a lot of different nicknames. PJ, Patty, Trisha. I had a point in my life where were calling me Spider. I've had a lot of nicknames, but my most common ones are Trisha, my actual name, and PJ, because I go by that at work and I used to go by that at school. I am 21 years old and I am not sure where I am going in life. And it's not because of people in my life or like pressures and stuff like that. It's because I am a horrible procrastinator. I'm horrible with doing things. I have a lot of passions. I have a lot of things that I want to try out. But I am horrible with procrastinating and I am not confident in my own abilities. Even though, actually, before I continue, I guess I should say this now. I'm also a Christian. So it's like I also have like a lot of like a lot of my push in life is God. That's a lot of my push in life. God more than anything, to be honest, because if it weren't for God, I wouldn't care about life at all. But like, um, yeah, I don't know where I'm going, but it's not because I don't know what I want to do or because like I haven't been pushed or because I haven't had like family urge me or anything like that or not like I have a supportive family, all that stuff, great. I just I'm so not confident in my own abilities that I create excuses as for why I don't do things. I create excuses as for why I don't move forward. I create excuses as for why I have yet to do anything. And that is largely out of the fact that no one would take it seriously if I go, I'm just not confident enough. So I just make up excuses as to why I have yet to do things. Like, because I've made attempts to do things, like I'll get started on something and um I'll get started on a specific thing that I want to do that's supposed to help with my future. Like I'll buy something for it, or I'll start making videos like I have in the past, or I'll start doing this, and that. I'll study up on a whole bunch of things. I'll practice, I'll do stuff like that, and that'll last maybe, I think at most that's lasted me a week. And then suddenly I'm back to nothingness, like I'm doing nothing. And I'm making this video because I've struggled with this since I was 18, maybe earlier, like 17, 18 is when I really started struggling with pushing myself to do things. Because if anyone doesn't know, I come from a very strained background. I'm not going to share my whole testimony on here right now, but to say the least, it's very rough. Like it was really, really rough for me, um, outside of other people who were in my life at the time. But given that, I never really had, and don't take this as an excuse. This is not an excuse for me not doing anything. It's just what it is. It's just where I'm at and what I think has caused me to be this way. I never really thought about the future. I kind of just lived day to day, every day at a time, because the fact that at the time waking up for me and going to school and doing things was a burden. Like I didn't want to be alive at all. So I was like, okay, well I'm here, so I'm just gonna live out today and see if I wake up again. So that's really so given I had that mindset for upwards of 5 years, and admittedly, I think even now, or upwards of 5 years in the past, and then when I turned 15, I got out of that situation and I started thinking about life more. And while I did think about life more and I constantly worry about it in my brain, I even worry about it now to this day in my brain about where I'll end up, what I'll do, if I'll be a good person, all that stuff. Like, even to this very moment, I struggle with that. Like, I struggle with the idea of like, where am I gonna be in the next 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, however many years, days, weeks, or whatever God has planned for us, or for me at least. Like, where am I gonna be? What am I gonna do? And how far will I be into things that I'm like ready to do? Um, but at the time, I had just started thinking about it, but I had put no effort towards it because, again, in the past, I was living day to day. So I just kind of continued living day to day, and I was like, okay, I guess in subconsciously, I was like, okay, I'll just start doing things when I turn 18 and I get out of high school and I can finally do things. I thought once I got a job, like literally, as soon as I got out of high school, I got a job because, you know, it's a good idea to start making money straight out of high school. At least for me, it was. Not because I had to, but more so because, like, it's better to get used to it early or something like that, or start making money early so then you can save it up for whatever you need to do in life. Um, and that was the first and seemingly one big thing that I've done since then. Like, I made an effort to get a job, I made an effort to find a job, and even now, like, I have a different job from when I did back then. Even now, that was like the second biggest thing that I've done. And I don't want to cry considering it's my first like ever video on this channel. I don't want to cry and then y'all be like, what the heck? Like, girl, we just met you. But like, it's hard for me not to get emotional with this stuff because I know I haven't tried. And that's what my is. To this day, I can confidently say I have not tried to my fullest ability. And my confusion towards why I haven't tried, the only answers I have personally been able to come up with is either I am lazy, I am just horrible with procrastinating and need to fix that, or I'm all of the above. There was something else in there too, but every time I say that, in any public space, it's not taken serious because I don't have a diagnosis, but I don't want to use a diagnosis as an excuse for my own actions. Or, but it would make it easier if I knew why I was like this. But essentially, what it is, I just haven't done anything. And at this current moment, aside from the potential the procrastination and all that stuff, I've been recording for 10 minutes. Um, I've come down to the realize to part of the reason I'm like this is because I'm not confident enough. I I'm I don't believe I have at this current moment I do have faith in God that he will make it through, but there's always that voice in my head, like the voice of flesh being like, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna accomplish it. You could put your all into this and it's not gonna happen because so and so, even though because for reference, what I want to do with my life is to be a musician. I want to sing. I want to be a singer. And given that that's such a like the entertainment field in general is a very hard thing to be successful in. Like it's a very hard thing. It's literally like playing the lottery. Like you're just placing your bet that maybe you'll make it in. And that's hard for me to swallow because I'm such a nervous person that like when I think about it in my brain and I'm like I'm an anxious person. So when I think about, oh, I might not make it and then I might end up on the street because I poured my heart into something like this that people don't even take seriously, usually when people say they're going to do it. I'm like it holds me I hold myself back because in my brain I don't think I'm going to do it, so I just don't do anything. Like in my brain, in the flesh part of my brain, the part of my brain that is still held by flesh unfortunately, it says you're not going to make it. And that commonly happens in my head because I have a lot of insecurities in myself, and a lot of which have um a lot of the voices in my head that tell me I can't do it. I feel like people in real life say things that make those voices louder. Like I've had friends and coworkers and stuff of that nature be like, "Well, I don't think you can do that." Like I don't, or the ever so sarcastic good luck with that, or the what else I've heard, like I'm not good at a lot of things. And music being my first option, like the one thing that I feel like I can get right, that being the only thing that I feel like I'm called and able to do, the fact that I'm not confident in it and stopping myself and I'm letting that voice in my head win the more I don't do anything. And the more I let the people that have said those things around me, the more I'm making them right. The more I'm proving them right because I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything. I haven't finished anything. I haven't. It's hard because I know that it's me. I know. I guess I'm making this for a number of reasons. Reason one being that I I really I really need to vent, and I've as per usual, I vent to God as well. I vent to God very often, but every time I vent to God, I feel like I don't do anything about it even after I talk to him. And I think he's waiting for me to make a move, which makes sense because I have free will. I can make a move. And then but I'm making it for that reason because like I need to vent and kind of just like be vulnerable even if it's in a public space. I feel like if I'm vulnerable like this in a public space, maybe I'll be like more ready to let out because even the songs that I've created because I have made songs, written them, written them, come up with not coordination, come up with whatever, like the vibe of the song, the stuff like that. I have somebody helping me make like instrumentals and stuff, whatever. But a lot of my music is heavy or a lot of what I've written is heavy in some way because everything I write is about something personal to me. So, like, maybe if I'm vulnerable like this, just through venting on camera, on YouTube, or something like that, then maybe I'll be more ready to let out that stuff and I'll be more confident to let out that stuff. Because that's another thing that's hindered my confidence. It's like I'm scared of people looking at it and being like, oh, it's too moody, or oh, it's so upsetting. I don't want to listen to this. And now y'all get a feel of the type of person I am, so maybe I'll. This is a heavy video, but there's other reasons why I made this. Another reason is because I feel very, in the sense of being a person who struggles with this, I don't know. I feel alone, if that makes sense. Because everyone else in my house has like a very, very strong drive to do things, and they will do things. Sometimes they may not have like the best end goal as for when they do things, but they're much more action orientated than I have been. Like I haven't been one to just push on and do it like I should. But everyone else in my house will push on and do it. Even if they're scared, sometimes they'll just straight do it. And I struggle with that deeply, and it makes me upset that I feel like, even though I know it's not true, because there are people in my house that struggle with it, even though I know it's not true, I feel like I'm the only person in my life who struggles like this, who struggles to push themselves. Like everyone else can push themselves. They can push themselves by literally like people saying negative things to them. Like if people say like, "Oh, you can't do this," that pushes everyone else in my house to do it more. It pushes me to want to do it more, but for some reason whenever it comes to action, that's where I have the issue. And then so I wanted to make this for anyone else who maybe does feel this type of way, who is stuck in this way because of themselves, whoever is out there and like stuck for themselves, then I hope you hear this and know that you're not by yourself and that it will take a long time for you to like push yourself enough to do anything. It will take a long time. It may take a long time. It may take less time for some people. It may take a long time for others, but you're not the only one struggling with this kind of thing. And it's fine to struggle. Just don't sit in it forever. That's something my mom likes to tell me a lot. Like, if you're struggling with something, don't let yourself sit in it. Sit and, like, stew in it. Like, yes, process it, feel it for a moment, all that stuff. But once you've felt it and you've had a chance to recuperate, go on with life. Because if you don't go on with life, life will go on without you. So, that's another reason why I made this. And then I guess the number one reason that made me, I guess, start recording is because I realized there's one other thing that I do a lot. Not on YouTube, clearly, but like one thing that I've done a lot and like nothing has come of it is I like to talk about random, unimportant stuff a lot. Like, as much as I love writing and as much as I love doing music and as much as I love even my backup plans, which are like cosmetic and stuff like if I turn the camera, this is my big old thing of makeup, and then if I turn the camera again, well, you can't even see it because it's on the floor. This is even more makeup. And then, um, behind me, I don't know if you'll see that, maybe you won't. But behind me, I have like a whole box of like nail stuff that I did not do these by myself, by the way. I'm still learning. I have yet to buy a hand. Anyways, I'm making this because one of my favorite things to do that I seem to do consistently without fail is just jabber about stuff that makes no sense. Like, I talk about things that don't matter a lot. And even if it's not things that don't matter, I just talk about things. Maybe if it does matter, I just love, I guess, putting my opinion in the ether. I love just like spatting at the mouth and like talking about things that are stupid. For, I've been talking for a long time. Hold on. Smart water, not sponsored. We love it. But that is like the one thing I do with my life that I never fail to do. Like even if it's an important subject, I will vent on Snapchat about like an important subject or a subject that's important to me, and nothing will come of it because it's just on Snapchat for no reason. And I realized people talk about a lot of things on this website. So if people talk about a lot of things on this website and they just spat at the mouth for hours at a time sometimes about things that typically wouldn't matter to people sometimes. So other people sometimes just say things that are like about the government. Excuse my face. My face is very chubby right now because I need to work out and lose weight. But yeah, like a lot of people on this app are known for commentary and video essays and things like that. And number one, I eat that stuff up. Like, I could sit for hours at a time. I could apparently sit for hours at a time listening to a video essay, but I can't sit for hours at a time. Well, yeah, I can. I was gonna say I can't sit for hours at a time and study music. Yeah, I do. I do that a lot actually. But like, given that that's something I love listening to and I love doing, why not use this as a backup? Or at least as like something I can do for a while I try to figure out my life. I could use this as a vent book. There's a lot of people who do that too. And as much as I don't want to be like everyone else, like don't want to be a pick me, whatever. Oh my god. Okay, I'm like embarrassing myself as I do this, but it's fine. Another thing y'all will learn about me if I do this consistently, I can be weird in the sense that like I'm just weird. It's really like creepy weird, but I'm weird. It's whatever. But like, this is something I like doing. I like venting. I like talking about things, but I tend not to have people who commonly want to listen to what I talk about. Even if it is something important, I do get shot down a lot when it comes to things that are important. And it makes me kind of sad. So, like, I can do that on here and see what comes of it. I feel in a way this may be God pushing me to do this. In a way, I'm not sure. Okay, admittedly, I said I'm a Christian. I do have a lot of issues with staying consistently reading my word and things like that. Like, I feel, because I feel like I do have a strong God sense, like a sense of like if God might be putting me in this direction. But because I'm not as good in my word, I get confused about it. But like, I feel like this is something God maybe wanted me to do and to start. So, moral of it, this for again for the people who are listening and maybe feel alone in their whole issues with procrastinating and all that stuff. This is the beginning of me trying not to procrastinate on at least one thing. Because if I start one thing, maybe I can start others as well. And if I start this one thing and stay consistent on it, that proves I can stay consistent on a lot of other things. So, this is my stepping stone. This is my first step into trying not to be complacent, because that's another one of my issues. I am very complacent where I am because I have a good family. I have parents who support me, and I may not be rich, but I'm rich in spirit in the sense that I'm blessed with a lot of things currently that I didn't have in the past and that many people don't have today. So acknowledging that I'm privileged in that way, I hate that I have the luxury at times that I have the luxury to just sit and do nothing. So this is what I'm going to do and attempt to do from here on out. I'm going to try to vlog at least once every day. Or vlog. I don't even know if that's used. Like, okay, I know I'm 21, but sometimes I talk like I'm old. So I feel like saying vlog. Vlog isn't old. People still use that. I think I was thinking of the word blog, like with the B. My point in saying, I'm going to try to do this once every day. Um, God forbid the devil try to hinder me or my own flesh try to hinder me, as a matter of fact. Lord, I'm saying this and I'm saying this on camera. prevent from here on me and anyone else on this screen from being held back by our own flesh or by the works of the enemy or by any other means that wants to hinder us or harm us in any way, shape, or form. Let this be the beginning of something good, of something you'd be proud of, and the beginning of us working in your light, um, and just to do better, and to stop procrastinating, and to be consistent with something. Because if we can be consistent with something, we can be consistent with other things. So, Lord, help us to do that. In your almighty name alone, I pray, Amen. And I also acknowledge that not everyone who's going to watch this, if a lot of people even try to watch this, not a lot of people, I know there aren't many people in this world, or at least not that I know of, that are Christian anymore, which saddens me, but I understand church, religious trauma is a thing, all that stuff. I understand why. I just wish that God wasn't ruined for you in whatever way he was ruined for you. Like, I understand some people have different views and all that stuff. Some people have different religions, all that stuff. And I apologize in advance if me praying and being open about my Christianity is in any way, um, like, harmful? Offensive to you. But just know me being open about my religion is me being open about my relationship with God is on equal par to you being open about whatever you believe in. So please do not hate on me for being an open Christian and from you just, believing in God. So, because I know there's been people that talk about, like, what's that word? Christian victimism, where people will be like, oh yeah, I'm willing to, like me and so timeline being ready to die for God. I do believe it will come to that someday because Christians do get a lot of hate. I'm getting ready to vent about something I do really believe in, so maybe I should like cut this one short and save that for a different video, which I might record right after this actually. But yeah, so thank you for watching, whoever you are, if anyone watches this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me your time. Um, I don't need anything from you. I know that usually people who like start YouTube channels are like, "Hey, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a so and so." Only do that if you feel like you should or if you feel like you want to. Don't feel pressured. But like, um, I do thank you for even bestowing time to look at my face and listen to me talk. So, why am I about to Okay, I haven't even gotten to the point where feel like I'm deserving to cry on this screen, but like I'm a very emotional person, so I tend to cry a lot. So, but thank you for, if you do watch this, thank you for giving me time. Thank you for listening to me, and and I pray that whatever I've said and anything that I may have prayed over this, will help you, whoever's listening. If you're struggling like me in that way, I pray that it helps you. I pray that you I pray that you come out of this procrastinatory like cycle and do better for yourself if not anyone else. Um and for those of you who believe in God like me, I pray that you can, do God's work as you should, stay in your word, do better than me. like but yeah, thank you. And I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow. I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow. If I don't record another video tonight. But even if I do, I might not post it. Oh well. Thanks for listening. Bye. See y'all tomorrow.